Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful edition of Wedding Talk. I'm DJ Paulie, along with my co-host,
DJ Jimmy J from Mr. Jukebox Entertainment.
Oh, my gosh, I tell you, have we got lots of letters, emails, texts. Everybody's asking us, how do you choose a DJ? All the DJs out there, how do you know which one to choose, right, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. It's very, very difficult nowadays. I would definitely be very careful who you go with and make sure you got good references and reviews.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the choices we're going to have in our checklist of what to ask and stuff. But, Jimmy, let me just do this disclaimer now. In case we get anything, we are DJs, right? We are DJs.
We are.
We're not lawyers, financial advisors, or anything like that. Not even a rocket scientist.
Or a politician.
A politician, exactly. We're DJs, and the views that we are giving you are our opinions only. All right. Having that been said, let's get on with the show. This is actually going to be a two-parter. All right, we're going to have the top 5 for this week. Then next week we'll do another top 5 for things you should be looking out when hiring a DJ. All right, now you started off, you said references and reviews, right?
That's correct.
Very, very good. So many different venues have all these reviews on there, like Yelp and Google and stuff. They all have the reviews. But you got to be careful, Jimmy. Right? As you'll attest to this, you got to be careful because some of those reviews may not be legit.
That's very true.
I mean, having like a perfect 105 stars, that should be sending out a little warning.
Warning.
Yeah, I mean, if you got something like a 4.8, 4.7, that's good. And that's probably normal, because somebody might say, oh, these guys were fantastic, or this painter did a wonderful job, and they might only give you a 4. I've seen that on reviews and stuff. They didn't say nothing bad, but their grading system was a little tougher.
That's very true.
Yeah, so, that's one thing. Check the reviews. But then again, I would go a step further and check the references. In other words, the place that you're going to have your wedding, ask them, has this company ever, DJ'd for you? What can you say about them? If they recommend them, so that's kind of like putting their reputation on the line too.
That's very true.
So that's important.
How about the BBB, Better Business
Bureau? Better
Bureau?
Business Bureau. That's a good point. Go check it out and see if they're a member, if they're listed on there.
Yes.
Any complaints? A lot of times too, even on the reviews, if you see something that's even negative, it's how the company, not just DJing, but responds to it. Oh, gee, I'm very sorry. I wish I had known about that, or whatever. Please let us give you a refund. It's how you have to respond to anything that's negative also, because not everything is 100%. Knock on wood, we've been very, very lucky over the years, Jimmy.
Yes, we have.
All right, so that's number 1. Check the references of the DJ company and the reviews, what they have. Now, what's next, Jimmy?
I think experience is very important.
Experience. That's good. A lot of times, someone will say, "Oh, I saw this DJ at the XYZ nightclub, and boy, were they good." I love that kind of music. Well, if you're planning a wedding, as we're talking here on Wedding Talk, a wedding requires a different kind of attention than a nightclub DJ.
Very, very true. You have to make sure that you cover all the bases with a wedding.
Yeah, are you going to be doing the ceremony there? You're going to need microphones. I mean, it's a different world than just spinning songs at a nightclub. So check their experience and, that they have. Have they done weddings?
Right, and also make sure they know what kind of music you want, too. A playlist is so important.
Oh, yeah. You should actually meet with your DJ, or at the very least do a Zoom or a telephone conference or something. Give the DJ the music you want played, besides the regular first dance and introduction music like that.
Yeah, you don't want to have music that you don't want the guests to hear, because it is a wedding.
Yeah.
And it's got to be appropriate. You got to be making sure it's clean and whatever.
Yeah, are you going to have kids there? You're going to have grandma there?
Yeah, you want to play something and grandma's going to say, what the dickens is he playing?
That's right. All right, Jimmy, let's get on to number 3 of choosing a DJ checklist here.
Does a DJ have backup equipment?
Backup equipment. Now, when a DJ is working with anything electronic, you can have something brand new, and then it could go kaput on you. So you got to have a backup. One thing, like a speaker is important. I know you always have an extra speaker when you DJ.
That's right, because if one of your speakers dies, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I always have one in my truck all the time to make sure that I have a backup system to provide the entertainment that they need.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I know you always have tons of microphones as well too.
Yep.
But you never know when it's going to go. Odds are, if it's a reputable DJ, they're not going to. They're not going to go wrong or anything like that because they're buying, updating. I know both of us just updated our equipment. We do it all the time.
Yep.
You have to, So backup equipment, very, very important.
Yes, it is.
And that's our number 3. Now we got 2 more for this edition of Choosing a DJ, Part 1. How about the ownership of the music, right?
That's very, very important. Does he have the music you need?
Yeah.
And make sure that they do, because if they don't, your wedding's not be complete. It won't be to what you want to hear.
Then another thing too, Jimmy, is how did they get the music? Did they just stream it, not paying it? You can't do that. I remember the old days now, and this probably wouldn't happen again, but I remember this DJ company back when people used to use CDs. They used to buy a subscription service. Then he would make like 10 copies. Right, and then they gave them to the 10 DJs that worked for that company. It was a larger company. This did happen in Philadelphia. Well, guess what happened? You won't believe this. This, like I said, several years ago, back when CDs were very popular, and that's how they did it. They came in, the music police, I didn't forget who it was, royalty company or RIAA, whoever came in, they actually shut down the wedding because they had, fake CDs.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Can you imagine that? Of course, they must have been watching this company for a long time. Yep. So just make sure that they buy the music. First of all, it's legal to own the music or, to buy the music from a subscription service or buy it from Amazon or iTunes or whatever. Yes. Pay the buck, but then you own the music. Then you can play it. All right?
Correct.
Well, that leaves us to
the last thing. Oh, my God.
Last thing, number 5 on our Part 1 list here. And what is that, Jimmy?
Insurance.
Insurance. If it's a reputable company, you got to have insurance. Nowadays, with these lawsuits happening left and right, you got to have insurance. As a matter of fact, a lot of the venues require that you have insurance.
Especially the large ones.
Oh, you do. You can't go in there and they say, I don't worry. What if someone, maybe you're not going to be throwing fire up in the air, pyro stuff, but what if someone trips on a cable?
That's very true. Yeah? That's why insurance is very important. Make sure they have the certificate with them, too. Mm-hmm. And before you hire them, make sure that they have it. And to show it to you, and also to show the venue, and give a copy to the venue you're going to book.
That's right. It's so important to have that too. That means that they're serious about what they do. They're going to show up. We get calls a lot of times. Hey, our DJ or our band didn't show up.
We had one this year.
Yeah. Hello. I mean, maybe they just do it as a side job or something. But you know what? You got to have the insurance, and you got to have all these things. Real fast, Jimmy, let's just knock it down for this Part 1 on choosing a DJ. Number 1, we had the references. Get the references, check out the reviews, and really do some thorough. Just say, looks good, 5 stars. No, check with the venue. Say, okay, what places have you played that we can, even if it's not going to be at your wedding, what places have you played on a regular basis that can vouch for your company?
Yes.
All right. Then, of course, the experience. If they're hiring a DJ for a wedding.
I wouldn't hire anybody that doesn't have at least 5 years experience, personally.
5 years and stuff, and especially wedding experience,
That's right.
How many weddings have you done this year? I did one last year, make sure. Hey, it's your special day. You're only going to do this once, hopefully.
Yes.
Make sure that you do it right. All right, that's number one. Number two, number three, of course, is the backup equipment. Like we were talking about, make sure they got extra equipment in case something goes sour.
That's true.
Happens, anything electronic. You never know. Maybe one of the guests might drop the microphone during the toast or something.
That has happened.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a brand new microphone. So what do? You take out the other microphone and the show goes on.
The show goes on. Correct.
Okay. Number four, of course, we were talking about the owning the music. In other words,
does he have the repertoire,
license.
the music?
Yeah, you got to have
catalog.
the music, and how did they get it? You don't want someone just playing music off the phone, going on YouTube or something, constantly. Oh, wait a minute, I got a commercial here. We're gonna do the first dance right after we hear this ad. All right, so things like that do happen. We laugh, but you know what? We've seen it. That's the crazy stuff.
Yep.
And of course, number five on our part one here on choosing a DJ is insurance.
Very, very important.
Yeah, if you got an LLC or something, just get a small business insurance. It covers you. Make sure that you get their copy of it, and send it. Like you said, send it to the venue. They have it for their records.
Or they can even, if it's a local venue, you can even deliver it yourself.
Yeah. Say, hey, when you meet with the couple, sometimes you can meet right at the venue and stuff. Say, hey, we are. You know what? And venues like that, it says, man, these guys are really professional.
That's correct.
Yeah. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this edition. Now, this is Choosing a DJ Part 1. I know you're going to be excited when we bring in Part 2 because we have 5 more things you should look out for. Remember, right? This is your special day. You want to make sure that you have a day that you're going to remember, not a nightmare that you want to forget.
That's very true. You only have one shot for this. Let's do it right the first time.
You got it, Jimmy. Well, on behalf of our Wedding Talk segment, Part 1 on Choosing a DJ, I'm DJ Paulie.
And I'm DJ Jimmy J from Mr. Jukebox Entertainment.
And thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Have a good day.